Hey everyone, welcome back. A lot of my patients, especially folks in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, come to me with two big concerns. One, how do I keep my brain sharp so I don't forget things? Two, how can I sleep better without taking more pills? And I get it, I really do. Some of them start eating walnuts every single day because they've heard eating something that looks like a brain must be good for the brain. Others try over-the-counter sleep aids or herbal sedatives, hoping for just one good night of rest. But here's what I tell them, and I want you to hear this too. There's a very humble, very affordable dried vegetable. You can find it in almost any grocery store, usually right next to the mushrooms or the dried spices. It doesn't look fancy, it doesn't cost much, but according to both traditional wisdom and modern nutrition science, it contains something remarkable, nutrients that may help repair brain cells and support memory. Natural compounds that can help calm your nervous system, almost like a gentle, natural sleep aid, and even something that might help lift that heavy, irritable, everything is annoying me today feeling in traditional Chinese medicine. This dried vegetable has a beautiful name. They call it forget sorrow plant. In nutrition science, some researchers have called it a brain health champion, and in your kitchen, you probably know it as the little yellow buds you throw into noodle dishes, braised pork, or hot pot. I'm talking about dried daylily buds. Now, don't let their size fool you. These little buds contain two very brain-friendly nutrients, lecithin and zinc. Let me break that down. Lecithin is a fancy word, but here's what it really means. Your brain cells need to talk to each other. Every time you remember a phone number, grab a coffee cup, or finish a sentence, your nerve cells are sending signals. One of the most important signal chemicals is called acetylcholine, and lecithin is the raw material your brain uses to make that chemical. As we get older, our natural lecithin levels drop, signals slow down, some get lost. That's when you start walking into a room and forgetting why. That's when you can't find your keys. Again, eating foods rich in lecithin. Like daylily buds is like giving your brain the fuel it needs to keep those signals strong. Then there's zinc. Daylily buds have some of the highest zinc levels among common vegetables. Zinc is often called the mineral of intelligence or flower of life for kids. Low zinc means they don't grow well and they lose their appetite. For adults, especially those of us over 50, low zinc can mean a weaker immune system. But more importantly, it can directly affect your memory and focus. Have you ever noticed an older family member saying, "Nothing tastes good anymore"? That can actually be a sign of low zinc. So when you add daylily buds to your meals, you're not just adding flavor, you're giving your brain zinc it desperately needs, better appetite, sharper mind. That's a win-win. So here's my honest advice to my patients before you spend a lot of money on fancy supplements from who knows where. Try this. Next time you make a stew or braise meat, just grab a handful of dried daylily buds and throw them in. It's natural, it's been eaten for centuries, and honestly, it just works. All right, let's move to the second big benefit, sleep, besides fear of dementia. The other thing my older patients lose sleep over, pun intended, is actually losing sleep. They tell me things like, "Doc, as soon as it gets dark, I start worrying. I lie in bed flipping like a pancake. If I do fall asleep, any little noise wakes me up. Then I'm up staring at the ceiling until sunrise. That is miserable. I've been there myself on stressful nights." And if that sounds like you, daylily buds might actually help. In traditional Chinese medicine, daylily isn't just food, it's considered a medicinal herb. The famous Compendium of Materia Medica says it can open up the chest and diaphragm, calm the five internal organs, promote peaceful sleep, clear heat, and nourish the heart. Those are old words, but let me translate them into modern medicine. When they say calm the five organs, they mean reducing internal chaos, your body systems fighting each other instead of working together. When they say promote peaceful sleep, that's exactly what it sounds like. Helping you fall asleep and stay asleep and clear heat. Many older adults can't sleep because they feel hot inside, restless, dry mouth, irritable daylilies considered cooling. It helps settle that internal fire. Now, from a Western nutrition perspective, none of this is magic. It's actually very practical. Daylily buds are rich in calcium and magnesium. Wait, calcium, isn't that just for bones? Calcium is also a natural nerve stabilizer. When your calcium level is where it should be, your nervous system can relax, when you're low on calcium. Your nerves get excitable, they fire too easily. That makes it hard to fall asleep and easy to wake up. Magnesium works the same way. It helps your muscles relax and your brain switch off. This is especially true in the summer when it's hot and sticky outside. Everyone feels more restless and irritable. A simple bowl of daylily soup or a cold daylily salad might be exactly what your nervous system needs. Here's a little tip I give my patients: pair daylily buds with a high protein food. Why? Because protein helps your body absorb calcium better. So things like daylily with scrambled eggs or daylily braised with pork ribs, those are golden combinations for better sleep. All right, third benefit, and this one is close to my heart: mood. I have a lot of patients, especially older adults living alone or whose kids have moved far away, who don't talk about being sad. They just say, I feel stuck. Everything annoys me. I don't enjoy things the way I used to. That feeling of heaviness, that irritability, that's real. And it affects your physical health more than people realize. There's an old legend that in ancient times, when someone was going on a long journey or a family was dealing with grief, they would plant daylilies in their courtyard. The hope was that the plant would help ease their sadness and worry. That's why it's called Forget Sorrow Plant. But here's the science part. Daylily buds are rich in vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 is sometimes called the morale vitamin or anti-stress vitamin because it directly supports your nervous system. When you're low on B1, you're more likely to feel irritable, anxious, moody, depressed. So if you've been feeling blah for no clear reason, or if you notice a family member sighing a lot and seems down, don't just try to talk them out of it. Make them a dish with daylily buds. Honestly, sometimes that works better than a long conversation. It helps open that window in your chest and let the stale, heavy air out. Better mood, better outlook. And when you feel better emotionally, your body gets healthier too. All right, fourth benefit, and this one surprises a lot of people: cancer prevention. Nobody likes the C word. We all want to stay far away from it. Daylily buds contain two things that scientists believe help lower cancer risk. Number one, selenium. Selenium is often called the anti-cancer king. It helps your immune system recognize and destroy abnormal cells before they become a problem. It can also block certain cancer-causing substances from forming in your body. Some of the famous longevity villages in the world are in areas where the soil is naturally rich in selenium. Eating selenium-rich foods like daylily buds is like putting on a bulletproof vest for your cells. Number two, dietary fiber. Constipation is incredibly common in older adults. And here's the thing: when waste sits in your colon for too long, toxins can build up over time. That increases your risk of colon cancer. Dried daylily buds are packed with fiber. Think of that fiber as tiny little brooms sweeping through your intestines, pushing waste out, keeping things clean. A clean gut is a happy gut, and a happy gut is less likely to develop cancer. So between selenium and fiber, daylily buds offer two different ways to help your body stay cancer resistant. Now, and I cannot say this strongly enough, please pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. This part could literally save you a trip to the emergency room. Most of you buy dry daylily buds at the supermarket. Those have been steamed and dried. They are safe. Eat them with confidence, but fresh daylilies. Never eat them raw. Never just toss them into a stir fry straight from the garden or farmer's market. Why? Because fresh daylilies contain a toxic compound called colchicine. The name sounds kind of gentle, but it is not. Colchicine itself isn't super toxic at first, but once it enters your stomach and gets absorbed, your body oxidizes it into something called 2,0-dimethylcolchicine. And that stuff is dangerous. It strongly irritates the lining of your stomach and your respiratory tract. If you eat fresh daylilies that haven't been properly prepared, here's what can happen: usually within 30 minutes to 4 hours, dry throat, heartburn, nausea, vomiting, severe abdominal pain, diarrhea, in serious cases, blood in your stool, blood in your urine, and yes, it can be life-threatening. So does that mean you can never enjoy fresh daylilies? Number you can. They actually have a crisper, fresher texture than dried ones, but you have to go through 3 safety steps every single time. Step 1, remove the stamens. The stamens are those little pollen-covered stems inside the flower. That's where the colchicine concentration is highest. pinch them out and throw them away. Step 2, boil them thoroughly. Bring a pot of water to a rolling boil. Drop the fresh daylilies in. Boil them for several minutes until they become completely soft. Colchicine is water soluble, so boiling pulls most of the toxin out into the water. Then pour that water out. Don't reuse it. Step 3, soak them in cold water. After boiling, put the daylilies in a bowl of cold water and let them soak for at least 2 hours. Change the water once or twice during that time. After those 3 steps, remove stamens, boil thoroughly, soak for 2 hours. The toxin is mostly gone. Then you can stir fry them or add them to soup safely. One more rule, don't overdo it. Stick to about 50 grams, a small handful per person, per meal. Enjoy them as a side or ingredient, not as the main course. But honestly, for my older patients, I strongly recommend just sticking with dried daylily buds. They're already steamed and dried, so the toxin is gone. No complicated preparation, no risk. And because the drying process concentrates the nutrients, you actually get more benefits per bite. So for safety and convenience, dry dailies win every time. All right, we've talked about the benefits. We've talked about safety. Now let's get to the part my patients love the most, how to actually eat this stuff. I'm going to give you 3 recipes, 1 main dish, 1 comfort food, 1 tea, easy, delicious, and genuinely good for you. Recipe 1, daylily chicken stir fry for brain health and sleep. This dish has protein from the chicken and calming nutrients from the daylily buds. Eat this for dinner and you'll probably sleep better that night. Here's what you need: chicken thigh meat or half a chicken cut into bite-sized pieces, dried daylily buds. Soaked in warm water until soft scallions, ginger, garlic, bean paste, and soybean paste. Spices: Sichuan peppercorns, star anise, bay leaf, cinnamon stick. Step 1, infuse the oil. This is the secret. Put a generous amount of oil in a pan. Add the spices while the oil is still cold. Turn the heat to low and fry them slowly until the spices get dark and fragrant. Then remove the spices and throw them away. That oil now holds all that amazing flavor. Step 2, sear the chicken. Turn the heat to high. Add the chicken pieces to that spiced oil. Listen to that sizzle. Sear until the chicken skin turns golden brown and crispy. Then add your scallions, ginger, and garlic. Fry until you smell that wonderful aroma. Step 3, make the sauce. Take the chicken out and set it aside temporarily in the same pan. Add a spoon of bean paste and 2 spoons of soybean paste. Fry on low heat until the oil turns red and smells rich. Then add cooking wine, light soy sauce, oyster sauce, a pinch of sugar to balance the flavors, and some water. Bring it to a boil. Step 4, bring it together. Put the chicken back in the pan, reduce the heat to medium-low, and let it simmer for a few minutes so the chicken soaks up all that sauce. Then add your soaked daylily buds. Here's a little trick: tie each daylily bud into a loose knot before adding them. That keeps them from getting mushy and gives them a nice firm texture. Cook for another 3 to 5 minutes. Serve it over rice. The chicken is tender, the daylilies are juicy and full of savory flavor. It's delicious, satisfying, and genuinely good for your brain and your sleep. Recipe 2. Homemade steamed pork with rice powder for comfort, mood, and relaxation. This is the kind of dish that reminds people of Sunday dinners at grandma's house. But we're making it healthier by adding daylily buds. Here's what you need: pork belly, dried daylily buds, soaked and boiled or just rehydrated if using dried, 500 grams of raw rice, Sichuan peppercorns, and star anise. Step 1, toast the rice. Use a dry pan, no oil, no water. Add the rice, Sichuan peppercorns, and star anise. Turn the heat to low and toast slowly. Be patient. This takes a while. Toast until the rice turns golden brown and your whole kitchen smells like a warm, nutty bakery. Step 2, grind the rice. Put that toasted rice into a blender or food processor. Pulse until it's broken down but still a little coarse. You don't want fine powder, you want texture. Step 3, prepare the pork. Slice your pork belly, marinate it with soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and cooking wine. Then coat each piece of pork in your freshly ground rice powder. Make sure every slice is fully covered. Step 4, layer and steam. Take a heat-proof bowl, put your soaked daylily buds at the bottom. They will absorb all the pork fat as it steams, becoming incredibly soft and flavorful. Then layer the coated pork on top, steam for 1 full hour, high heat to start, then reduce to medium-low. When you open that lid after an hour, the aroma is incredible. The rice coating is soft and savory. The pork is so tender it melts in your mouth. And the daylily buds hiding underneath, they're the hidden treasure, rich, sweet, and completely satisfying. This dish feeds your spirit as much as your body. Recipe 3, daylily tea for lifting your mood any time of day. Not everyone wants to cook a full meal. Sometimes you just want something warm and calming in a mug. This tea is perfect for that. Here's what you need: 6 grams of dried daylily buds, 3 grams of dried rose buds, 6 grams of prepared licorice root. You can find this at Asian grocery stores or online. Just put everything in a mug or teapot, pour boiling water over it, cover and let it steep for several minutes. That's it. The rosebuds help lift your mood and are great for your skin. The licorice root adds natural sweetness and soothes your stomach, and the daylily buds help ease that heavy, irritated feeling. Sip this tea on an afternoon when you feel grumpy, lonely, or just off. It's like a warm hug for your nervous system. All right, my friends, we have covered a lot today. Let me bring it all together so you can actually use this information starting this week. Summary: the 4 core benefits of dried daylily buds. 1, brain health, rich in lecithin and zinc, supports memory, focus, and may help reduce dementia risk. 2, sleep support, high in calcium, which acts as a natural nerve stabilizer, helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. 3, mood improvement, high in vitamin B1, helps reduce irritability, anxiety, and that heavy, sad feeling. 4, cancer prevention, selenium boosts immune defense against abnormal cells. Fiber keeps your colon clean and lowers colon cancer risk. Safety, non-negotiable, never eat raw fresh daylilies. They contain toxic colchicine. If you use fresh, remove stamens, boil thoroughly, soak for 2 hours minimum. For most people, especially older adults, just eat dried daylily buds. They're safe, convenient, and more nutrient dense. 3 recipes to try this week: daylily chicken stir fry for brain and sleep, homemade steamed pork with rice powder for comfort and mood, daylily rosebud tea for a quick emotional lift. 2 important cautions. 1, daylily buds are cooling and very high in fiber. If you have a sensitive stomach or tend to get diarrhea easily, start with a small amount. Don't overdo it. 2, this is food, not medicine. If you have a serious medical condition, high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, or any cancer diagnosis, please follow your doctor's advice. Use daylily buds as a delicious, healthy addition to your diet, not as a replacement for treatment. Friends, here's what I truly believe: nature has already put some of the best brain supporting, sleep promoting, mood lifting foods right in our local grocery stores. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need complicated routines starting this week. When you make a stew or braised meat, just grab a handful of dried daylily buds and throw them in. Your future self, with a sharper memory, better sleep, and a lighter heart, will thank you. If this video helped you, please do 3 things for me. 1, hit that like button. It really helps the channel too. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. 3, share this video with a friend or family member who forgets things often or who complains about not sleeping well. Let's help more people discover this simple, natural option. And drop a comment below. I'd honestly love to know, how does your family cook daylily buds? Do you put them in soup? Stir fry, something totally different. Share your tips. Let's learn from each other. Wishing you all a sharp mind, restful sleep, and a happy heart. I'll see you in the next video. This is for educational purposes only. Always consult your own doctor before making changes to your diet or health routine. If you're dealing with any health concerns, please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor. I'm here to help you understand the science, not replace professional medical advice.